This podcast is brought to you by Living Swell Studios. When you want to record your next hit, broadcast your next live stream, or just need a quiet space to edit your videos, Living Swell Studios can accommodate all your needs. Located in New Orleans, they're equipped with a rehearsal hall, print shop, photography space, and more. Living Swell is your one-stop shop to facilitating your vision. Let them fulfill your music and video dreams. Hey, what's happening, y'all? This is daphessah Drew Bayham coming at you with another episode of Drew's Putting It Out There. This week is a special week because the cohorts that I just deal with on a weekly basis, on a regular basis, are here, and of course, we're gonna get to some ignorant stuff and all that good shit. But I love them dearly. On my right, your left, give a round of applause for Mr. Big Sam Williams.
What's happening, y'all?
Yes, indeed.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And on my left, your right, is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mubaka himself, Mr. JBlakk, Jerry JBlakk Henderson, y'all. Hey. Nights of the Caribbean.
Nights in the Caribbean.
And we got the Al Heyman the podcast.
Yes, sir. Rose
Yes, sir.
Jenkins, Lamborghini swerving. The unofficial member of Big Sam's Funky Nation, but I might get fired my first day. Shout out to Sam. It's all good, bro. Do love.
I've been waiting on that for 8 years. Look.
Man, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be back around y'all. This is gonna be some good episode.
Oh, man.
Let's get it.
Yes, let's get it. So without further ado, let's get into it. And actually, since we taping this on Good Friday, y'all, so my question to y'all is, first and foremost, who y'all get y'all fish from? It's no season. Yeah, who y'all get y'all fish from?
Hey,
I
man.
like to buy my fish and buy my damn self.
Right. Personally, I would do my fish myself,
Uh-huh.
But look, they got a bunch of different spots you can get fish from here in the city. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
So go to anybody's church, anybody's house, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So anywhere, man. As long as they gotta have that certain look. You gotta have that certain vibe.
Yeah.
You don't just go anywhere, but they gotta have that certain vibe, and then you can look at them and tell if the fish is good.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because I don't see no little cornmeal in my fish. I don't even want it.
Right.
My fish got to be right.
Yeah.
As far as me, bro, like, if it's not farm raised, I ain't touching it.
I feel that, but I don't really give about that shit.
No, I mean, rephrase that.
As long as it's fried
farm
right.
raised, I'm not touching it.
Thank you.
As
I'm
long-
about to say,
Thank you. If it's farm raised, I'm not
you ain't supposed
touching
to
it.
Now I will say this: if it's farm raised and I don't know, then
Right.
that's what it is.
But it's like, I know
Like
most
farm
people.
raised catfish, I don't know.
But I know a lot of people I know be talking about, I'm selling catfish, and the whole time it's like, it's not catfish.
It's too big, you can tell.
Right, you can tell by the texture of it. I had a coworker like, "Why don't you buy my fish plate from me?" I'm like,
Man,
catfish? It's not catfish.
As long as it look fried, I'ma try it. But
but not tilapia.
Cali church.
I
Not
can taste
tilapia.
that.
I know, but I know what fried is supposed to look like,
Right,
though.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
I mean, we all know. We know how it's supposed to
Right.
look.
Right.
If it look too good, then we know it tastes like shit. We know this already. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, baby.
Right.
But I wanted to ask that question because I'm like, man, we
best
always have a
believe.
debate about everybody fish, how people boil seafood, all that type of stuff.
I'm
So
going to get some fish soon as we done from here. That's believe.
as the way you're supposed to,
Get
as
my
you
ketchup
should.
and hot sauce too, and mix it all in and get That's how you
All
eat
day,
it,
all
baby.
day.
all day, nice and easy.
All right, so let's get into a little deep diving on a couple other things, and as I called them to talk about, because we always have these discussions, and on the road, in the green rooms, the green rooms then got pretty heated from time to time, because of it. But it's all in the it's all in good faith and all good banter. As some of you might have known, in the music industry, that type of thing. The soundtrack to our Saturday morning cleanup, is pretty much brought about by none other than the ultrasound of ultra voice, of Miss Anita Baker.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, It's the soundtrack to Saturday Cleaning.
Right.
Right now she's in a battle with the record label, over her masters. And so in an effort to kind of curtail or just find a way to negotiate her masters, she asked everybody, all our fans, to stop streaming. Stop streaming her stuff. No matter what stream service it is, stop streaming. Now, if you're buying it, you know, it's a little different. She doesn't feel as much as like when you're streaming. So the way that contracts used to go back in the G, as well, as what, short as maybe 20 years ago. In the record contracts, most of the people, well, in the record contract, they said that it says that after 35 years, that the master recording will be, you know, given back to the artist, because the initial contract is just you selling a product to this entity for releasing this product for a period of time. You about to say something?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the loophole that a lot of the record companies used, like I said, pretty much up until the years of the independent label, and especially independent hip hop labels started to come up, was that they put this little thing in the clause of the contract that said you all work for hire. So many artists missed it. Many artists, like a lot of people, lost their masters or couldn't get their masters afterwards because of that situation. And that's what happened. That's what happened with Anita Baker, because our first record, I forgot the name of the record that quick. But it's up, you know, it's 35 years. I think it's 36 years now.
The one with the band or the one her solo record?
Her solo record.
The Songstress?
Songstress. I think it's a Songstress, but don't quote me.
1983?
Probably. See how many? Yeah. Anyway, so basically she signed a contract that said that she was a work for hire. You know, and so it gives the plethora, the total 100% master to the record label. And so I brought this up because I'm thinking to myself, you know, us three have been in situations where we're just totally independent of anybody who owns anything of our nature but ourselves. And I'm looking at these contracts, it's like, okay, what's the lesson? I think, well, you know, my question is kind of like, what's the lesson that we kind of need to learn from this type of situation? You know what?
Yeah.
Well, the reality is too, we're looking at different generations, different eras, because we will never get the opportunity from a record label to say we're going to give you X amount of dollars to do a record and to recoup that money back and to sell that record. So to me, when you look at people from that generation and that era, they sign record deals to get money.
Right.
Okay, so you look at us
so they just
today,
signed anything.
They signed anything.
Right.
How many people do we know got screwed from TV to everything?
All
because
right.
what happens is
Most of them.
we skip on the line because at the end of that line it says, here's this advancement.
Right.
Here's this money. This is what you're gonna get. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And even when her era, stuff like that, them musicians on that record, they probably got way more than what she got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's harder for them because they looking at how a few artists that learn from them are able to be independent in certain areas. You look at Beyonce, you're able to control your own destiny after you've been screwed.
Right.
But you were able to do it a different way. For her, it's gonna be harder because the money that's made from hers, ain't nobody just gonna say, "Well, here we gonna give you.
Give me that.
I'm gonna give you the Beatles masters."
But that's why I think she's trying to use that same scheme, that same thing as Dave Chappelle just did with the Chappelle show.
But I don't think
I think it's different though.
It ain't gonna work.
Right. Not for Anita. Like how many people listen to Anita right now? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you could tell people not to stream it. You could do all of that. And, you
they're streaming it every Saturday. We know that much. They're still streaming it every Saturday.
They stream it every day. I mean, you can listen to people listen to Anita every day. I mean, it's not really like a.
They can stream every single day. How much money she want to see? Period. Anyway.
Right. You know, she's
and I think that's the point. But I think that's the point of her trying to get the masters because she's like, well,
now she want all of it.
Yeah.
But the reality is too, it's still gonna be. But it's still going to be a low number.
Exactly.
It's not going to be
this. I know I was listening to this interview early this morning with Cameron on Drink Champs, and he was talking about how like he got his masters back after he left Def Jam, but he trying to get his masters back for his album. And he said a loophole is, I think Taylor Swift did it. Well, you just go back and re-record your album.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can still record your album, but you still got to pay the producer's fee, rebuy the beats and everything.
Yeah. Well,
so in her case, it's like, is it somewhat worth it or not really?
It depends on if that record made it. To me, I feel like that's the only thing that make a difference between, you know what I'm saying? What you want, the original?
And but here's the thing: if you redo it, how many more albums are you going to sell?
Right.
Does that even make sense?
Already, the other one already just like when they had two different Temptation groups.
Right.
I mean, what the hell was you thinking? I mean, it's just about work at this point. Which one y'all want? The ones with the Jerry curls or the one with the afro?
Right.
Which one?
Right.
Which one got David Ruffin? He ain't in that one. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get the other.
Otis?
Nobody here to see you, Otis.
But it's different generations, and I understand. I understand her problem, but she's still gonna have the same problem even if she own her masters. And I heard one of her songs in the movie for the first time.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
And the movie with Izza. I've never heard Anita Baker music in any other soundtrack.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad, but that it's just like that market. Honestly, that's us. I can't ask no white person right now. I played the song. We was playing the song the other day. They don't know no Anita Baker.
Nope.
Right. No.
At all.
They don't know Anita Baker. So you know, I feel.
Well, you know, but I also did some reading, some more deeper reading into it. You know, but because of those hits and because of those classics, she still can gross $10 million a year.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm like, look, you grossing his money. I don't know what your net look like.
Right.
You know, I don't know what your net is. But if you're still grossing this type of money and you're on the road and all this other stuff, man, look,
But that was
sometimes you might have to just take that lick.
She was like, "This is it."
And
she
then,
was trying. She was doing a Michael Jackson. This is it. Like, I don't want to do this no more.
And when she came here for Jazz Fest, didn't she like refuse to do certain songs because she
Right.
didn't want to?
I mean, it just get to a point. Yeah, it just get to a point to where it's kind of overbearing. I can see that.
And you know what? More than anything, it might just be the principal right now. She might just be like, "I want my shit."
Right. It's mine.
I think
you know?
me, I think that's that was the base. That's the principle.
She
of
like
it.
to do her own sound, everything.
Right.
She just
Was she writing her music back then?
Sort of. The band was writing music.
I think
The music
George
was her
Duke,
problem.
Red Philly Gang has got a lot to do with.
Oh, well, everybody. Shit. They talking about him, God
And
damn.
we even talk about how he gets screwed.
Yeah.
You know, because half of the Michael Jackson records he wrote.
Yeah, and he ain't
The
get
music. And he ain't getting nothing but a Fender Rose out the deal.
Right.
Take this. Yeah, and it's here. You can keep this.
Right.
Oh, you never had a Fender Rose? Let's get one shipped to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means we ain't giving you the royalties.
That's that Cadillac.
I know some people today
That
operate
Cadillac.
like that, you know?
Yeah, that's that Cadillac payment right there,
Cadillac.
baby. You know. All right, let's move on. Let's move on because
But give Anita her shit, man. She deserves it. Her music.
I think
you
she
know.
can have it.
Yeah, she
Why
can-
not?
let her have
It's
it.
yours.
Right. You know, you done made your money off of let her do her thing now.
But anytime we want control, like I said before, they don't want us
It's a
to have
problem.
control.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Still to this
Take
day.
away from the business, man. To take away from the business of them getting more than what we get. That's just like even a club. If you don't want to give me the dough straight up, you want the dough,
Right.
And you
and
want
the drinks.
Wait a minute,
And the percentage.
you
want
ain't giving
everything.
me nothing.
right.
Give me a damn thing.
Real.
So yeah, I just feel like it's just a way to control.
Well, actually, you know what? That's a great switching point because I want to talk about that. You know, and I because I've always been kind of on the fence, but you know, I try to, you know, kind of figure out what is the where's the gray area and where is the line drawn between. Well, as you know, we're about to open, City back about to open back up. for business, slowly but surely. We're gonna get there at some point. But the conversation and the conversation has started again about people getting paid on Frenchman Street, Bourbon Street, the musicians getting paid what we are perceiving as a living wage, as as something that's comparable to what we believe that we are doing. And so the other side of that argument, as on a regular basis, as always, is that the venues themselves are like, well, look, I pay out X amount of dollars, a year or whatever to musicians. One guy did that I was writing his comments. One guy did a thing. He said it costs like $169,000 a year just to pay a quintet, $150 a night or whatever, in the club. And so he's like, well, I have to deal with that, and I have to deal with the taxes, I have to deal with the drinks, and I have to deal with this, that, and the other. And I had to take what he was saying into like consideration, because I'm like, in order to run a business, you have a number of expenses that nobody knows about,
right,
or anything of that nature. And so now he was like, I refuse to let somebody tell me what they need to get paid, and you not drawing.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, me as a social capitalist, I'm like, yeah, there is a kind of a bottom. There should be a standard as to what musicians should be paid.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to entities like that, working on Frenchman Street, working on Bourbon. But at the same time, I understand, it's like, if you ain't drawing nobody,
right, then you don't deserve that.
Then you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
If I have a business, if I got a club, it's about attraction. I don't care if it's a strip club, a music club. It don't make a difference. If I had a girl with one eye, one leg, ugly ass feet, ain't nobody coming to see her. Okay, they coming to see where the bad women are.
Or there's a market for that.
There might be a market for that.
But that's only one night out the week. That's only one night out the week. That's only one night out the week. But what I'm saying is, I think it's based off a draw. Let's just be fair.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me look at it from two sides. I'm the owner. I want the draw. I want somebody that is gonna draw. So let's just say I looked at his numbers. He's a draw. If I even said John Cleary is a draw. So if I take him and let me look at from the side from John saying this, I need X amount of dollars, or John saying I'm selling tickets at the door, I want this from the door.
Right.
Exactly.
That's fair on both ends of it. Versus you saying you got to pay me $150. No, don't limit me, because I am the draw.
Right, exactly.
Everybody here to come see me.
Right.
Now let's see how you make your money. So because you got people in here, how much money do you make from the bar? Right. How much money do you make doing all of this? Right. And let's make sense of how we do this. Now you ain't got to come out your pocket at all.
Right.
Because now it's based off of you
what
saying they charge $30 to get in here.
Right.
And however many people it take, this what he's gonna get.
Right.
Now, let's just say he didn't get that.
Right.
Well, he just didn't get that because it wasn't a draw. I do not believe that it should be a standard for everybody that play on Frenchman Street, because everybody on Frenchman Street can't play.
Yes.
I do believe that it should be.
Yes.
I do believe that if it's your fault if your club ain't making no money, because you ain't paying no real good musicians to play, and you got them ones that's learning and won't sit up here and be glad that they here because they mama let them come out the house.
I love it.
And they just want to sit around here and act like they know how to play Chameleon. Act like they know how to play some of these songs. And they sitting up and playing, and they happy to get the $40.
Right.
Because they know where they at.
So he's sitting on the gig.
You practicing. You learning.
Yeah.
Do that at your house.
Right.
And let the real ones come and play and let them make the money.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I say that's the reason why Frenchman then went down.
Yeah. And the lack of promoting from the venues too. You dig what I'm saying? And I can look at it from all sides, of course. But here's the thing, like, when venues, I understand them wanting a percentage if they give you a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look, we're going to guarantee you exactly what you want, but we need a percentage of these sales. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. But then when they start digging into your merch that you didn't already spent your money for and all this kind of stuff, that's another thing. And then the other thing with artists is that, okay,
that's when it got
not
personal.
only, hey, you already know what it is.
Boy, when he said that, you said, when he thinking it, boy, I know he get personal.
So you was trying to dig in your merch?
Yeah,
bro, yeah. And then on top of that, you know, they forget that you also have to pay management and booking money too.
Yeah.
So before you know it, you done already lost 50% of your money because between
That's
booking
unfair.
it, that's unfair. So fuck that shit.
So you ain't let me sell my merch,
Right.
And you want some of my merch
And you want
that
some-
I paid for,
Right. And you gonna tax me on it.
Yeah.
You know?
The
You
famous
you gonna send me
phrase
a
from Uncle
$10.99
Ned.
for that.
Nigga,
They're like,
please.
oh, we get it. You know, man. So now the game is rigged, man. It's rigged. So you know, I
Yeah,
just
it
say,
ain't fair.
you know, make your own way. But
It
right,
ain't
but like,
fair, bro.
You know, as far as having a standard for certain musicians, I get it. But if that artist, you know, isn't drawing, they shouldn't get shit.
Yeah, if you're not a draw, you're not a draw.
Yeah.
But I can't get mad because you didn't get dollars when you was doing your thing on
You're
the
only
stage.
worth what you worth. You
Now
only,
everybody
you know,
running
what
for
you
the
bring
same
in.
fine girl that night because the rest of them ugly. That ain't nobody else's fault. That just sometimes it happens like that.
All right, brother
Oh,
Kevin
your
Samuels.
bullet wound. Oh, baby, what's wrong? I just got my man
Then
shot.
you got to
me
run
last
after.
night.
Then you got to do the what's that movie? What's the movie with Bill Bellamy, man? How to Be a Player.
How to Be a Player.
Right.
Then you got to go after the least attractive one, and then hope that the attractive one that you want be like, oh, Then they come after you. Then it's like, all right,
Yeah, oh, he got big money.
right. You got to play the game.
He got money. Yeah, but I think that's where that stems from, though. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing of the venue trying to take over the artist or the talent,
Right.
Because at some point the venue owner will sit there and go, man, I've lost so much money doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I got no, bro. You know, fuck that. I got to get into everything that's making money. I got to put my hand in.
Right.
You know, I think that's where that comes from. And
That's
so
exactly
it's
where
like,
it comes
It's
from.
called greed.
Yep.
well,
That's
survive.
exactly what it
Well,
is,
you know,
though.
when you're trying to survive, the business, that's what happens.
And that's why I don't do nothing.
I don't do that.
I be like, you know
I'm going
what?
to make my money from the bar
Yeah.
and people buying what I have.
Right.
I ain't got to say, okay, well, Sam, I need some of your money from your shirt. If that was the case, I would have said something like this. I got a table here. If you would like to rent this section to sell your stuff, I said this whatever, X amount of dollars. Give a straight price.
Right.
Don't say a percentage of what the man sells.
Right.
Right.
That's dirty, bro. That's
Right.
just like if you at Jazz Fest, when you buy that section, that's what you pay that $5,000, $10,000.
Yeah.
He ain't coming to get a percentage after
Right.
he done took whatever he done took to
Right.
get you in there.
Right.
I agree with you, wholeheartedly, but I just have to ask myself, where does that shit come from?
percentage thing is the
Greed.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean,
it's
but
greed.
that-
straight up.
but I'm saying,
It's,
but-
how can I fuck with the next person?
Okay, well,
to
then-
make
well,
sure
then-
I come out on top.
Well, then you can use that same logic to talent that ain't bringing a draw.
Yeah, I do.
You know, so it's like,
I
so
get
do
it.
we
That
put that? Do you really put that on the talent, or do you put that on the venue?
I put it on the way this whole system was set up. Period.
The way you got to start from the head of
Right,
it, and
exactly.
then start with the venue, because that didn't start with the artist. Ain't no way what
Exactly.
artist is out there, whoever you was, that decided to give a percentage of your merch to the club owner.
You
Your
done
mama?
you done fuck the electric slider for everybody.
You messed it up for everybody.
Talk about slippery slope.
Yeah, slippery slope.
When you smell your mouth, what it smell like? What it smell like?
Cool for the king.
You know?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Do.
Right.
And the-
Like, wow.
At the end of the day, there's no way I would have ever agreed.
Who said, oh,
to
that sounds
sell
like a
my
good
merch.
idea? You know?
Yeah, like, I
okay,
give you a
yeah.
percentage of my merch
Yeah, okay,
that
yeah,
I
you can
paid
have it.
for.
Yeah, it makes
And
no
you
sense
pay,
to
you
me.
ain't even get off their pocket. You pay for
Right,
it.
I paid for it. You ain't help me pay for
And I
it.
still gotta
That's
make.
some
If you
bullshit.
tell me if to use this section, I need to pay you. That's fair. Then that's what we'll make happen. or I need to pay this person, or you got a person. If you don't have a person, it's like sometimes Sam pay the people at the club.
That's
to
different.
Sell it. That's different.
Cool. Yeah. Like, here you go. You take this money right here and you sell it from. But for a percentage too, man. That is some of them
awful.
want you to pay somebody and take a percentage. And I'm like,
right. They gonna take the percentage, and that's how they make sure they get it. Now, how much he made. And we're gonna get a percentage of that too. And don't forget, really what we came for you to just mess over me.
Do they do that to the white entertainers too?
Yeah, they do it to them.
Yeah, they the one.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think that's where it started.
Well, exactly my mom helped me buy all these shirts, so I mean, if I could get rid of some of it, it doesn't even make a different difference.
They didn't work for it, and whoever the artist is or whatever, they didn't work for it. It didn't come out of their own pockets. So
mom helped me buy these hats.
Right, so exactly, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And don't forget, and then they tax you.
And then it's a tax on it.
Right.
Boy.
They send you a 1099.
That's straight Russian.
And
that's
like,
some Russian stuff.
Oh, yeah, we paid you this.
That's straight Russian.
We paid you this. From the money that you didn't spend out your own pocket.
Yeah, and now we going to tax you for something that was already yours?
Right. The game is rigged.
They gonna tax you for something.
God, you gotta be kidding me.
Listen, when we show up somewhere and if I'm not selling merch, that's why. Because I refuse to give them the money.
Yeah, you know like he done got messed over. I understand that because that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, good.
The joys of being independent.
Right. But and you know what? The thing is, like, you gonna take the pipe one way or another. You gonna take the pipe and not make the money that you could possibly make, or you gonna take the pipe and just get screwed,
Meet me in the parking lot if you like a shirt.
Right.
Meet me in the parking lot. Right. We got shirts, but you got to come to the parking lot. Don't say nothing.
Give me the links to the website.
Come to the parking lot.
Right.
Don't tell nobody.
Or say if you tip me a certain amount of money, you get a shirt.
Right.
Come on, man. We just got to find ways to do it, and it's sad that we got to go through all that just to. Right. It's sad.
Yeah.
Well, I think that thing that thing won't change until just bands and entities just say, no. You know what? Yeah, we good. But
it's not gonna happen.
But we gonna be. No, I think if you do it enough, just like I said, just like Dave Chappelle did with his whatchamacallums.
Yeah.
If you do it enough, and people asking you for merch, and people asking you for to get this, that, and the other, at some point the club gonna be like, okay, well, go ahead and sell your, go ahead and sell your merch. Yeah. And they'll do like the very thing where I'll rent you the table and I have somebody to sell it for you.
Right.
And that's pretty much all that venue owner would get or would have you. I think it's going to get to that, but you just have to have enough talent to say, look, we're drawing.
We doing really have to do something that never's been done before, and that is really like this. You're basically saying we stick together because there's always that one cat that come behind you
that want to come up,
but
and
you know
like,
what?
I give it to him.
I'll do it. But come in your face and be the other way.
Right. Yeah, man. What you talking about, man?
Man, cause I wouldn't do that if I was you. Be the same low down ass nigga.
I tell you,
that's gonna go behind you.
Yep.
The same low down motherfucker since we was kids.
That's right.
That's the way they are.
Low down, cold blood.
I thought you said you wasn't doing it. Well, what happened was my mama she called me and said she needed help with her bills. I just had to do it, dog.
Yeah.
That's our problem. We can't stick together.
Man, my baby mama said she need that whatchamacallit money.
We can't stick together for shit, bro.
Man.
Yeah. Realtors, do you need some special aerial photography or video footage? Or maybe you need some stock footage of the city for your presentation? Or maybe a beautiful shot of a landmark just to hang on your wall? Well, time for you to check out DM NOLA Shots. They are a drone photography and videography company established in New Orleans who specialize in capturing aerial 4K video and photo. Check out the website at www.dmnolashotsllc.com or follow us on social media at DM NOLA Shots on Instagram and Facebook. DM NOLA Shots. All right, let's get to the next subject at hand. I'm more than sure that everybody has pretty much seen it at this point. I think it was calculated in a sense. The video from Lil Nas X. I don't even know the name of the song. I don't even remember the song.
I don't either.
All we know is just the images. All we know is just the images that we saw in that in that thing. And then part of his campaign was he came out with a shoe. That was, it was an Air Max, what they call it, a Satan?
Yeah, Satan. It had like a drop of blood or something.
Exactly.
It actually has a drop of blood.
I think that's cap. I don't think that's real blood.
No. He actually have a drop
No,
of
no,
blood from somebody that
the dude who designed the
work,
shoes.
Yeah.
But I think it's a marketing scheme. I don't think that's real.
Might not be.
I don't care. I
Either
don't
way
really,
it go,
but
for you to say that and then expect people to pay that kind of money for a shoe.
wait, how much it costs? I don't
It's like
even look.
I don't
Over
want nobody
$1,000.
blood.
I think-
I
yeah,
don't-
it's about
I
a
don't
grand.
want- Yeah, they're $1,000. I don't want to be
sold-
walking around with nobody else blood.
That's
He sold 666 pairs.
But they took them off, huh? They gone.
No,
he said
Nike
sold.
came back and said,
I saw Nike was trying to sue him. Or something
yeah,
like
they're
that.
trying to
cease
sue
and
him.
desist. Yeah, he's trying to
Cease
sue
and
him.
cease and desist because they. The only reason why
It's a
Nike
Nike.
didn't, but no, the only reason why Nike came with them and with the cease and desist was because they were saying that like the way they were selling it,
Right.
because apparently this is a different company that like is
They buy the shoes.
they buy the shoes and yeah,
there's people that design and
resellers, yeah,
and
like
resell and
authorized resellers.
Yeah, and they like really own custom make.
Right. I got you on that.
And so, but they sold it as if Nike made it.
Right.
So that's why
everybody
Nike
sold
sold them. Otherwise, Nike wouldn't give a damn.
Of course not. Not no $1,000 shoe.
People came
So-
out with the Jesus shoe with the they had
Right.
holy water in the sole.
Right.
So question: so Nike's not making the extra money that he's getting off the shoe now because they already paid.
They're already paid, but they got to get that money back.
That's some bullshit.
That's why they suing.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
all that is.
Like
Right,
I
that's all
said,
that is, a money
if the
thing,
shoe
man.
costs
They
$1,000
don't care.
at 666 pairs,
Ooh, Lord, Jesus.
yeah,
Right,
they don't
cool.
really care. I mean, they don't really care. But
that ain't-
the premise was they were just trying to be fair because when Nike was trying to get Steph Curry to do, what they're trying to do with Steph Curry, he wanted a shoe with a Bible verse on it, and they wouldn't put the Bible verse on it.
Right, they would.
So what makes you think they're gonna, get it to the just, the Satan shoe?
Satan with the drop
Satan
of
shoe.
blood.
Yeah, you got the little sign on there. all
They got a
that.
Bible scripture on there too.
Yeah.
With Luke.
But let me say my piece on Lil
Talk
then
to 'em.
everybody can go because first of all, the industry is to the point that and it's been like this, but he's on the side of it. Well, I'm just gonna keep it 100. It's 50% talent,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so it has to be 110% gimmick.
over
Right.
the top.
Right.
So he doing whatever it's gonna take for him to be relevant, for him to for the artist thing to happen. I mean, I can go down the line with a lot of artists because you see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't got past my mama paid for these classes.
Right.
It's come to the point that we looking at gimmicks. We looking at it's even past looks.
Right.
You know what I mean? At one time, the look was the gimmick.
Right.
Now it's about what stupid thing can I
How
do?
crazy is this
Right.
person? Right.
What can I do to get you to do exactly what we doing right now?
Exactly.
Right.
Talk about
Exactly.
it.
Talk about
And
it.
I'm gonna tell you, I ignore it because as soon as I cut it on, and it's simple because I see it's a gimmick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's past certain things. So
Right.
a lot of this stuff is gimmicks. And if we coming from a side of either are we artists? Is it him being an artist?
Mm-hmm.
That's sometimes, I ask myself a lot are you a musician or an artist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you an artist?
Right.
So it's a lot more that come along with it. So I see what they trying to do. I really don't even think it's him. I really just think it's management.
No, it's
I
him.
think it's him, bro.
It's him.
I think it's him.
I don't think it's him.
I think it's him,
I think
man.
he was persuaded.
Nah,
He might have been He might have been persuaded.
He too young
but
because he's
that's
too
him.
young to think that on his own.
I don't know. Well, not fully on his own, but
Too young.
Yeah, I'm sure he has some assistance, but I feel like it's him, man. I mean, and then like
He ain't wake up in the morning talking about no blood and no shit.
no, he did not. You're right about that. But the whole concept, as far as getting these people to talk and like upset the Christian world or whatever, like he did that on purpose. They telling me I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell. Then the way I want to.
I mean, you can see that
And then,
aspect of
you
it,
know,
but I'm
yeah.
just still saying the whole. Let's go.
With the shoe and then
when he went viral.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't realize that was going to happen. But let's just stretch it on the way
What,
out because they
this-
didn't even want
this
him to
song?
be a country. They didn't
Oh, you
even want
talking
him
about that
to
song?
be a
Yeah, they didn't want him there at all.
So I'm just saying, from the beginning of it, I think once he already, you get a black artist in country music, let's just go ahead and push the envelope.
Even all of that was strategic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Even all that, it was to
So let me ask y'all this: y'all think he's an industry plant?
No.
Nah, I don't think
He's
so.
just a
I don't think
viral.
so.
I think he's just a viral gimmick.
Yeah.
But like, just take like Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Now it's pretty much the most
Black
streamed
country
song
cowboy
ever.
rapper.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
more
hybrid of trap and country.
right. But when you ask what does it mean in the song,
Right.
he's talking about riding a white horse.
Yeah.
You know, he talking
There you go.
about taking drugs.
There you go.
But you got everybody and their grandma singing the song.
Yeah. But let's not act
Not
like
me.
a lot of songs.
Huh? What you say?
I said let's not act like every song, most songs.
I mean, I know by no means. I mean, but we can, but actually, we can go down the line. We can go down the line and like find all those songs that are just like classics that that are considered family friendly classics.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't even know what the
It's
song.
like
Yeah,
the song
It's the way he presented
by
it too, though.
Cameo
so it's
Candy. This is about doing coke.
Yeah,
there you go.
YMCA by the Village People.
Right.
I don't want to know what that's about.
No. Back in the G.
The boys getting banged up in the
Yeah,
background.
the only place for like gay men to congregate.
That Superman
Was the
song was
YMCA.
about something, right?
Huh?
That Superman.
Yeah.
It was about.
Smashing abroad.
Yeah,
Right.
he's my soldier.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out
John
to
Smashing
Lil
the
Draco.
And so, but as I did a little further digging into that song, whatever, whatever,
Lil Nas song?
Lil Nas
It's
song.
sad that we don't know a song. We just talk about. We're talking about.
Right,
It's
it's just
crazy.
nobody knows that shit. Nobody
I don't know
knows
about
it.
none of that.
Right. All the visuals just did it all for us.
I saw the beginning and cut it off.
I didn't even know until you
I
told me.
knew that was in
And I
wigs.
watched it. I said, what?
Pantsuits.
Yeah.
He gave the devil a lap dance.
Like I
But
said,
yeah,
Right.
he gave the devil a lamp dance, killed him, and then took him over.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
I was like, oh man.
but the reasoning behind what he was doing was he said that all of his life, the people that knew him, and the Christians and everybody that knew him, already had told him, you're going to hell
exactly.
for being gay.
Yeah.
So he like, okay, well, let's ride this motherfucker.
Right.
I'm about to ride this thing into the, what I'm saying? I'm about to
Right.
ride this thing into the sunset at this point because,
He sure did.
and he wrote it.
Like, yep.
And so my thing is that, okay, only thing that it proves to me is that as we as a society, especially Christian society, we're easily like triggered. We just, what I'm saying? Like, why would you even be triggered? I think one of the reasons why for us is that we're not as triggered about that, as any Christian or any, whoever's talking about it, is mainly because, we've traveled the world and we have a different mindset, a different perspective on, just religion and spirituality and all that type of stuff. But like, you talking about these diehards, it's like they're getting triggered like that. I already know what to do to get you out.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why he did it.
Right, that's why he did it.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, boy, you're going to hell.
well, if I'm going to hell, we're gonna ride.
Right. The whole time
I'm driving the bus.
Oh yeah.
It's like what the worst we could tell this little dude. He's going to hell. Like what's the worst we could tell him?
I feel like this. I ain't judging the man for what he do. I can care less.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I couldn't care less.
I really care less what he do.
I kind of like it gets to a point where it's like, and we said on last episode that we gotta stop over analyzing art.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
I
People,
really
it's like
care less.
you go to an art museum, you got a crowd of people want to spend like 3 hours analyzing a picture of a man on a toilet reading the newspaper. And it's like, come on, bro, like, the man taking this shit, he's reading the
I mean,
newspaper.
it
like,
is
no,
what
But the problem with that is that it wouldn't be the door open.
Number one, the door.
right. And number two, he got the torches. They're like,
No,
you said
but think about it, but that's the
person place in one place. That's demonic. I'm like, damn.
But the thing about it is that it wouldn't be worth $30,000
Right.
if it wasn't for those people talking about it
Exactly.
and debating about it and interpreting it in different ways.
What I'm
about
saying,
yourself.
So debate creates
he
value.
put
Right.
like to piss those people off. It's like he's persuaded to really push the threshold. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep pissing them off.
And he's going to keep doing it. I mean, I don't see him stopping
And I
anytime
don't-
soon.
His next video probably gonna be worse.
I don't know, bro. It's hard to top that shit.
I think it's gonna be completely different.
But you know what I say?
But it's gonna be something else for people to talk about.
I really think it's hard for people when
He might do
somebody
something at church.
when people do stuff when people do stuff out there like that in the open. It's hard for you. I just like Donald Trump. When you do stuff in the open, it's hard to talk about somebody who basically he telling you he ain't hiding it.
Right.
Motherfucker doing it in your face.
Right.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's why I don't care.
Right.
Evidently, you doing it for attention. That's number one.
Right.
So I just like, oh, he just want attention. That's just like sometimes you ever seen yourself that you see this fine girl, you know this girl know she fine. She got this thing on.
They're doing so much.
And she doing so much. She want somebody to look at her. It's
Right.
like she got up in the service right when the preacher got up. You got to be careful for that.
Excuse me.
And so you don't even get
I'm
distracted.
talking about holding up a finger.
Right.
And everybody see it.
Oh, you said cheeks.
Good God, I'm
All that
like,
ass in the church.
And sometimes it be like that. I got a
Lord
friend that
help
say,
me.
my friend used to say, I hate them old fine girls. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as soon as you say something, that's when the problem comes.
yeah, right.
You
Exactly.
say, hey girl, you fine. What? Excuse me? What?
What
Why
you
are you
mean?
showing your ass
Right.
for?
Right. All that ass swinging.
Stop showing your ass.
Say it again,
I'm
JBlakk.
supposed to say that.
Say it again, JBlakk.
You know what I'm
Stop
saying?
what?
Stop showing your ass if you ain't want me to say nothing.
That's right.
You got an old man, got a husband, all that shit. But you showing your ass, I'm gonna say stuff.
That's like the Dave Chappelle, that Dave Chappelle joke. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's like me, Dave Chappelle, the comedian.
So it's like attention. It's like
like a
attention
cop.
grabber.
Right.
You know when people want
So can you
attention.
help me?
You know what I'm saying? When they come
dress
in
this way.
costumes and doing the most, doing over the top. You know when people want attention, you ignore that. I say that. I told my son this. I said, now look what she got that little tight shit on. I say, you know how you get one like that? You don't even look at her.
At all.
Don't even look at her.
You gotta ignore.
Act like she ain't even there.
Yeah.
Or my new thing is just give her the Kevin Samuels treatment.
Go.
What's your size? Yeah. What? How old
tall
are
you?
You got any kids? Oh no, baby, you're not gonna get a man like me.
Be like Triple H. Baby, you be like Triple H. I can't fuck with you.
Now do that old school shit. I tell you about that old school shit. You pull out that money, be like this here. Let me see what. Just like the dude had a nice car at the gas station. Do the little skits.
Yeah.
First, the
Country
girl don't
Wayne.
want to have nothing to do with him.
Not
Yeah.
Country Wayne. The other.
No.
Then he pull out that Corvette.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't tell
So
you.
that's your
Joe
car?
TV.
And they be like, oh, I ain't know that was your car. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you raggedy.
Right, you know.
My thing is this. I wonder what Kids Bop gonna do with this new Nas X record, because they flip old time.
You know I didn't.
They gonna
think about
ignore
that.
it.
They gonna
They gonna
ignore it.
Talking about the little
they gonna
dance, the
do
little
something.
challenge.
No,
No,
Kids
the
Bop
little
is
kids,
when they
when they
take
take-
certain songs.
All songs and make them.
Oh, and do
kids
something.
friendly.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna do
They
something.
gonna
man.
make it kid friendly.
They gonna do something. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They gonna flip it some kind of way.
Sure. They did,
So-
if they did Miss Jackson, they gonna do that one.
Right.
Right.
Me and your daughter.
But the thing is, like a song like Miss Jackson is a little more nuanced
Right.
than
Than
this.
that-
I don't
than
even
that.
know the name of the song.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Huh?
What
I
is
don't
this
even know
song?
what he's talking about.
Right. You know, so
Not the Panani song.
huh?
Is that it? Not the Panani one.
No,
Panini,
no.
nah, that's,
Panini, whatever the hell it is.
Panini, that's based off of a character from a cartoon called Chow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who got a Panini song?
He had a song
He
called
got
Panini
that.
about a girl.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And hey,
I'm
just
really-
not. You know, I
Right.
just don't.
Yeah, I wish him well, man. I wish Nas the best in his
real.
career.
I'ma pray for that brother.
I hope he survives, and I hope the industry don't destroy him.
Now I think he's already destroyed because there's no way he's going to be able to top this video.
He
Straight up.
is, but I'm telling you, he's gonna do
I don't
something
know.
else.
I can't-
Urson,
What
he
else
might-
can you
he
do?
might- He might do something in the church.
knows?
No, he might do something in the church and try to repent to infiltrate the church.
He might kill Jesus next. Who knows? He might do. You know.
No,
you never
I
know.
have a prediction. I could be
You know?
wrong. He's
Like-
gonna do another video. He's gonna infiltrate the church and try to repent, and then he's gonna show his true self once let everybody guard down.
This man's gonna have Jesus come back again for the second time, and then he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him again.
He's
Jesus.
gonna try to seduce Jesus.
Right.
He'll
I'm
try
like,
to
he's
seduce
gonna crucify him again. I'm like, wow. Then he's gonna be the one hanging out.
Oh, shit.
That come down.
Nike scored a victory we just talked about. I thought I kind of read it wrong. I thought Lil Nas X scored a victory. I was like, oh, he scored a victory.
Oh, yeah,
No, Nike can get that.
Nike.
My bad.
You can't compete.
Hey, I read it wrong, y'all. You can edit that out, Drew. Edit it out, you heard me?
You cannot compete with.
I ain't editing that out. Nah, it's all staying in there.
What you get for reading?
No, I was trying to get the name of the damn song. I was like, what really is the name of that song?
Quick.
You know, just like, you know, church manners and customs and things, you know, is right into the next topic that probably make this the last topic because it's still light, but I you know, I just is an observation, you know, that I've kind of seen. When I was coming up in church and we're playing in the band or whatever, the most popular instrument, wind instrument, you know, that was available. I mean, the most popular instrument was just a saxophone.
Yeah, period.
Alto saxophone specifically.
Yeah, specifically.
There's always room for a saxophone.
Right.
Oh, you play saxophone? All right, come on.
All right, come on, come on, play. You know, you can play that smooth jazz shit. You can get into the, you know,
play anything.
get your house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your house. It's made for that.
Nah, but one thing I am seeing, especially amongst just like black congregations, not necessarily at church, but like, you know, at your restaurant, at your local black restaurant or whatever, I'm starting to see violin players.
Oh, that's what we talking about.
Really?
I'm starting to see violin players. And so for me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, is this just a growing indigenous fad? Or is it something, you know, that we looking at like, is it something that the black people looking at as like a white boy who could spit?
I think it's racist. I think it's racist because, you know, it's almost like Berkeley back there talking about, well, I got an education. You know? I went to college. I had an education.
She went to college. She told your ass.
You know? I'm like,
she said, I just went to college.
But I got an education.
But it's kind of thing like, you know, it's like, oh, since I'm black, you don't expect me to play the violin. Like, what, you want to be Asian? I mean, you want me to be white? Like, you know, I'm too, you know, I'm not educated enough or intelligent enough to play the violin. Is that what it is? And that's how I feel about that. You know, I think it's a racist thing. What's up?
I look at, first of all, of course, kids grow up our era.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't picking the violin.
Right.
Nope.
I think I started with the violin. I got put out of violin clay.
As every kid.
Because I started playing Let's Groove Tonight on the bass.
Yeah.
And she was like, you.
You gotta go.
But the reality is to it is two ways to look at that perspective. Mm-hmm. What happens is this. It symbolizes something, a certain atmosphere in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is it's even more symbolic now for you to see things that we don't do. Like, we still got one golfer. We got a few tennis players, and we embrace them.
Right.
So, and every black violinist, if you good enough, they transcend into hip-hop and anything. And if you do play it, you actually have a chance at a career. Right. Because everybody that played the trumpet, trombone, bass drum.
Right.
But you play the violin.
Right.
Hey, it's only one of you. So guess what? If I come to the city of New Orleans, it's 3 of y'all here.
Yeah.
So if they need y'all for a movie, guess what?
There's only 3 of them to
It's
call.
only 3 of y'all. If I got to go get in line for bass, it's 30 our ass.
Yeah.
Only one of us gonna get it.
Right.
We already fucked up. So if you play the violin, you got a better chance at some shit. I remember somebody said this. Hey man, Jay. Man, don't play football.
Yeah.
Man, play tennis. Ain't nobody on the tennis team. You gonna win that motherfucker. You gonna be the only one on the tennis. I said, man, I'm gonna be the only one. Get out there playing by myself.
That's how I took up golf.
That's the whole thing. So I look at it like a lot of kids, they parents, they look at it like it's an intellectual instrument at this point.
Uh-huh.
And it is.
Right.
Let's just be real, because you sitting by yourself.
Right.
It is. Because it's like,
I keep standing.
Who you gotta learn from?
I can't stand something.
You gotta learn from Cindy.
There's only a few people that I can like take, but I can't playing all that others. I'm like,
but you got to learn from Cindy.
Yeah, but yeah exactly.
You can't learn from Uncle Benny.
Exactly.
Uncle Benny don't know how to play that motherfucker. So that's it.
Adopt. God damn it, baby.
Wait,
You play it like this.
Do it again?
No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Do it again. Do it again. So yeah, man, that's how I feel about it. So you gonna see the restaurants and people feel like, nah, that's like Michael Ward, man. Dude,
Yeah.
Michael Ward can do a
Right.
gig and they, man.
Yeah.
they
Well,
get down.
what made me
Yeah.
think about it was his son, Sean.
Sean gets it in.
Sean gets it in, and I was,
And the
it was
baby
killing.
boy.
It was killing, no doubt. Like I was like, man, this, and he
Eat it alive.
playing all the hits.
Yeah.
Like he just
It worked. Just like
and
that.
made it
He
work.
loved it.
But I was like, but then I thought about it. I was like, but I know us as a society, as a black society, we do this. We always do this when there's a white boy who can spit his ass off.
Right.
We know that. So it's kind of like, do y'all like the violin? Or y'all just like the way this cat is using the violin?
Yeah, they like the way the person's using it.
They
That's
like the
all
way
it
he
is.
using it
Yeah,
because they're
that's all it
playing
is.
out of the context of
Context.
what you usually hear. They ain't playing Beethoven.
Right.
Exactly.
They playing Michael Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. So like that's and I'm looking at that. I was like, okay, because I remember I was talking to my aunt. This is I was younger, and I had gotten
Say,
my
don't be
Taylor
saying
trumpet.
younger, like you said I was young.
Yeah,
I was
younger. I mean, it was younger, man. Look,
Man,
we-
say he was younger.
yeah, I mean,
Say,
say,
he's
bro.
still young.
So I'm starting to feel it now, bro. So I just gotta accept it, bro. Acceptance is key,
It's
baby.
key. I'm right there with you, bro.
So when I was younger, I had just gotten my Taylor, my horn, my trumpet, and so my auntie was like, "What kind of trumpet is that?" I'm like, it's a Taylor. It's just made. It's from England. There's the da 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 da. And she was like, "Well, I prefer shiny trumpets, shiny silver trumpets myself." And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Every time I'm in church, I get that. I get that the whole thing is like,
Because
what
that
type
was
of
our era.
what is that? All right, you can play. God be the glory. But what is
don't
that?
look
That don't
right.
look like no trumpet.
Right, right.
So I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, man, I think it's just a thing, just an atmosphere where just us, we just look at it, and I think violin right now is that instrument. Where it's just kind of like, oh, that boy can play.
It's definitely a change. I mean, and it should be. I mean, you look at it, certain instruments in our culture, what we all know is going to be saxophone, just like I said before. And then if you're from New Orleans, it's trumpet,
Right.
trombone, saxophone. And it's like now, when they start doing all these little hip hop things, it seemed like everything, it made it cool.
Right.
When they start doing the hip hop stuff with the violin, that's what kind of made it real cool. When they put the orchestra in the hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now motherfuckers say, "Oh, you know what?
Right.
Let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this." I always tell people this: we love band because that's how we come up. But Drumline made motherfuckers love band that
Right.
don't know shit about band.
You're
That's
correct
real.
about that.
Now you got a little nigga who ain't thought about nothing. I'm gonna play snap. Watch this.
That's it.
Yeah, and when you get out here, you don't know you playing bass drum. You don't know because you done got caught up in this movie.
You out here,
I
you out here
always
with
say
this,
that.
Yeah, you out here want to be a P2.
So that's just like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods made black people go get some golf clubs
Yeah.
and come out here and play. It happens like that.
Right.
Look at Serena and Venus. They got other little black girls.
They got the little black girl that
You know
just
what I'm
beat
saying?
him.
They
Yeah,
doing
the
they
black
thing.
girl just beat
So it's trendsetters.
Serena.
Came
So
out because of him.
that's how it happens in our culture, especially with our culture.
Oh, yeah.
We trendsetters. So it's just like when somebody gonna come along with something, and then you're gonna get 1,000 other people that's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Whatever that next thing is,
Yeah.
it's always how it started.
Let me ask y'all this: do you think it's because certain venues are not the walls and the whole infrastructure of the venues not treated for brass band sounds?
And so you just thought too much when you just said you were saying before you said thinking too much.
Kiss my ass, JBlakk.
Wait. You just said sometimes people think too much and we look too much into
That's
it.
before we press record. That's what I said, right.
You went a little far.
Yeah.
You went a little far.
JBlakk is the truth though, bro.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with some fine dining.
Yeah.
If I'm in a fine restaurant,
I'm not trying to hear, bro.
I don't want to hear no.
You don't have to.
Get your feet good with the egg. No, don't want to spit on my food. I don't want you spitting on my food.
Yeah.
Take that loud shit somewhere else. That shit on the street.
Right.
Keep that shit out there. So people, I look at it like it's an atmosphere. What you want to hear in the atmosphere with you and your old lady? You just came from eating with your old lady.
Right.
You want to hear me blasting in your
You
face?
want to hear him blasting or you want to hear something that's going to get you in the mood?
Exactly.
Help you eat better.
You know? Right.
I hate y'all niggas though.
I told somebody, hey, sometimes
There's too many inside jokes on this episode.
Sometimes you need help getting there. You know what I mean? You
This
won't
is
be
why I
all
said I'm the unofficial member of the
Sometimes you
nation.
need help getting there.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Sometimes you need to set the mood. You need help getting there. That's why I tell the little youngsters. Sometimes you need a little help getting there. Chili's ain't where it is all the time. You gotta go no further than Chili's. You know, you set the mood. And that's how you know what's gonna happen next. Because you set it up.
That's right.
But if you ain't set it up, you do the wrong thing. And that's what
So when you go to Houston's, you get a jazz trio.
And it's dark.
Yeah,
It's dark. Yeah, it's dark in there.
yeah, you get a jazz trio.
Right.
You get it. That's how you get it popping.
Yeah.
You know I like my fish with rosemary sauce.
Can I get 2 crab cakes, please? 2
Can
crab
I
cakes.
get a bottle of Chablis? There you go. Sham cold duck.
Some Manischewitz.
Girl, we drinking the good stuff. We ain't drinking no rip on the night. We drinking cold duck.
Boone's phone.
I heard it.
She don't know about
Might I interest you in some Boone's phone?
It is. A glass of Ripple.
champagne.
Champagne.
So that's basically why I say you see it in restaurants. You see it like some night, like Sunday nights. I know it's a little young guy do black violinist. I can't even think his name. He do a Sunday night show. It be packed. You know what it be?
Is it
all black people?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Cause they like that. They like to go somewhere nice and like Sweet Lorraine's. Like they
T-Ray?
want to hear,
T-Ray?
T-Ray.
Yeah.
They like to hear that smooth sound.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, it's only a
I
few
met me a
can
nice
listen
young
to.
lady
Right.
in there one time.
Yeah, some of them, bro. I'm like,
I just
man.
be like,
I see, there's only some of them I can listen to, because some of them I just be like,
What, the
man,
violin?
bro, the
Yeah.
sound just.
I mean,
some
it
people
is
can
what
pull
it
it
is.
off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
know how to. I think T-Ray played with us one night, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He
Yeah,
killed
so
it.
it's just like,
You
yeah,
know?
I think it's just an atmosphere thing, man.
mm-hmm.
No credit away from him. That's like
That's it.
saxophone, same thing.
Yeah.
Saxophone can play one note. Ooh, he good.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's it.
That motherfucker ain't shit.
At all.
Ooh, especially soprano saxophone.
Oh,
Ooh,
like oh, he's so good.
That boy can
Like
play.
he's on Mary had a little lamb playing ass motherfucker.
He play that on a saxophone.
you ready?
Yeah, now he the man.
Right.
Because he playing the saxophone.
Right.
It's a whole different thing, man.
Yeah, so it is a whole different ball game when you're talking about that type
Certain
of shit.
instruments, I tell people, lead guitar, saxophone, you know, they can't go wrong, man. They can hit.
That's it.
The key could be B flat. They can hit a B natural, and that shit gonna work.
And it'll be like, woo!
They gonna be like, oh, you heard that? Oh, he played some shit. It be like, oh, you heard that? He's so melodic. You know what they talking about. You're like, damn, he
It's
played
another
the
one of
set.
these, boy. I swear. Yes, indeed. So on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. So Sam,
What's happening?
tell them where you can find you, all that other stuff.
I'm right here.
You right there? All right. Well, he's right there.
Facebook, Big Sam's Funky Nation. Instagram at Funky Big Sam. Twitter
Funky Big
at Funky
Sam.
Big Sam. YouTube, go check out some videos. Big Sam's Funky Nation. Like, comment,
Big
share,
Sam's
subscribe.
Funky
Hit that
Nation.
smash button. Bam! That like
Wow.
button. Get it in.
And how about you, brother Jerry?
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
You are my brother.
Yes, sir.
Over here at the Nation,
Yes.
we like to get you to
Together.
Google Nights in the Caribbean by Jerry Henderson on all platforms.
platforms, my sisters and brothers.
Yes,
And that's
sir.
nights with a K.
And that's nights with a K.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, my brother.
For
Over
those in
there.
the church now open.
We would like y'all to support our music because we only get money from streaming.
Yes, indeed.
You get money from streaming?
That's right. Take that back.
Like Trevor Noah said,
Yeah.
these artists travel all over the world and they get billions of streams and people listen and they get $4. Yeah, it's like.
But my IG is Mubaka. My TikTok is Jerry Henderson.
there it is.
There it is.
That's the one now.
That's the one.
How about you, Sam?
My what?
What's your
Yeah,
IG?
what's your TikTok?
what's
Give your
I said,
TikTok.
I
That
said,
motherfucker-
I ain't got
It's
no
Funky Big
TikTok.
Sam
That
on all
TikTok
platforms.
on a diet.
Yeah, TikTok is on a diet. Don't go to my TikTok. Go to Jerry's TikTok. TikTok, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't shit, TikTok. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You know, don't come taking my videos down, talking about it's too sexual and all that.
Hey,
I
but
can't
it's
do
hard
nothing
out
with you.
here.
They
It's
did that
hard
to you,
out
bro?
here.
Jerry know how to get away with it. So follow Jerry.
Can't wait to taste
but
your
it's
apple
like, the one
pie.
video I put
Yeah.
up, they talking, oh, this is against our guidelines. I'm like, what you talking about?
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
Man,
You
I'm
got to
like,
know how to
man,
play around it.
It's tricky. I
The
said,
ass can only show for a hint of a second. Only then you must switch it. Only then. Just a hint of a second.
but they racist too. TikTok.
I said that when they had took one of my videos. I said, you know what? This is racist.
It's racist. That's
But
racist.
this is art.
That's gonna be our next topic. You know, you gonna have us on
This is
again.
art.
And
Oh, yeah, y'all
we'll
definitely
called-
gonna be on.
that's
I always
racist.
go with the racist clause
That's
first.
it. Always.
Always start with that
Oh, yeah.
first. You know what? You racist.
You racist.
I had somebody tell me that. You know me. You remember you called me a racist? Am I a racist? I said no. You just wasn't agreeing with me, and you're a different color than me. So I went with the fact that I said, you know what? You racist.
That's right.
You racist.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But I love white people and black people all the same.
That's right.
Yeah.
We love people. Period.
Yes, indeed. So I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Professor Drew Bayham.
Drew,
This
where they
is-
gonna find you?
Happy Easter. Yeah, you ain't said
You
nothing
already
about
know where
you.
they're gonna find me. They already know where they're gonna find me.
this is Easter.
You
Yeah.
know already. You know where I miss. You
right.
know I miss. You
You
already
know?
tuned in. You know
You
where I
already
miss.
know.
Happy Easter, y'all.
Happy
Good Friday,
Easter.
gonna get some fried fish.
Yeah, from somebody.
Yeah. Some people going
You know
back
what
to
I'm
IHOP
saying?
and finish what they started.
Gotta relax, Sam.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to
See, you say
Well, he
chillers-
learning how to
you say
eat
it's not
fish.
always chillers. You say, you know, so it might be IHOP for him. You dig?
Don't do that, man. Where y'all went to eat at?
breakfast at IHOP.
Well, I'm not gonna.
I was like, well, damn.
Hey,
Well, that's love. Y'all been
that's
together for
real.
a while, though,
Yeah,
right? Y'all
yeah,
been together
I
for a
see,
while.
Yeah, almost 3
See, that's how you
Yeah,
know
that's
it's real.
different. That's different when they've been together for a while.
that's
I don't like IHOP personally, but
No, I don't
yeah.
like IHOP personally either. I was just like, that was just show.
But that's just like that. Y'all been together for a while. See, when you been together for a while, stuff like I told you, the underwear changed, all that stuff changed. Y'all been together a while.
What happened to those? Throw those back on, man.
Yes, indeed. Man, look. So until next time, I'm gonna have y'all back on anyway. So until next time, y'all. Peace.